Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my tutorial on John Butler's Ocean. If you want to find out all of the tuning and everything else in part 1, you can check out the video up here, but please continue on for today's lesson. So we've just finished part 1, which ends with this. And then we get on to part 2. So holding on that middle finger there on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, we're going to move our right hand, that's our strumming hands, over up to around the 9th fret in relation to the capo. So holding on here with our middle finger, then we're going to pull off to let that open 4th string ring out. And then as we hammer back on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string with our middle finger, we're going to hammer on with our index finger on our strumming hands on the 9th fret of the 6th string. So it will be. So you'll see there, we're hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string as sliding straight up to the 4th fret. Now it's hard to get the sound out there. You've got to slam down pretty hard with your hammer on. It's the same with the right hand. It takes a bit of practice, but you'll get there. So then you're going to slide back down to the 2nd fret and then pull off there. So then pull on and hammer off. So and then you're going to do exactly the same thing as before. Hammer onto the 2nd fret, slide up to the 4th fret of the 4th string. So there we're sliding back down to the 2nd fret, pulling off and hammering back onto the 2nd fret. That's all on the 4th string while we're holding the 9th fret of the 6th string. Then we're going to move down with our index finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. So it will be like this. So you're going hammer on with your left hand onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer onto the 2nd fret and slide up to the 4th fret. Slide back down to the 2nd fret and pull off. And that's on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. We're going to hammer on, pull off, hammer back on. And that's played a little bit slower. So the timing here is a little bit harder to get, but if you follow John Butler's original rendition, you'll get it fairly easily. So and there we're going to pull off both with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string and our index finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. So there we're going to hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, slide up to the 4th fret and then pull off. Then we're going to hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer on again and slide up to the 4th fret. So that's up from the 4th fret, sliding down to the 2nd fret, pulling off and hammering back on. Then we're going to hammer on with our with our strumming hand, that is, with our index finger on the 7th fret of the 6th string. And we're going to go hammer on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer on and slide up. So that's slower there. We're sliding down from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret and then pulling off there. And we're hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string and then hammering on to the 9th fret of the 6th string. So that's exactly the same note. So from the start we'll play that slowly. Then we're going to go back to the start. So that's hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pulling off, hammering on and sliding up to the 4th fret. sliding down and hammering and pulling off there. So then we're going to play 2nd fret of the 5th string and then 5th fret of the 6th string. Same thing, hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pulling off. So. So that's 2nd fret on, off, on, slide up, slide down, and pull off there. And then when we get to that, we're going to hammer on one more time on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and pull off. And just after that pull off, we're going to pull off there with the 5th fret on the 6th string onto the open 6th string. And here, rather than using our middle finger, we're going to transition to using our index finger and our ring finger. So after we pull off there, we're going to go. So that's hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, pulling off, hammering onto the 4th fret of the 4th string, pulling off. And that same thing on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And that's hammering onto the 4th fret with our ring finger of the 3rd string, pulling off onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and pulling off onto the open 3rd string. So that's. Then we're going to, while holding that 2nd fret of the 3rd string, hammer onto the 7th fret of the 6th string. So when we hammer onto the 7th fret of the 6th string, we're going to go. So that's hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, pulling off. So that's. So hammering on 2nd fret, pulling off, 4th fret, pulling off to the 2nd fret, and pulling off to the open 3rd string. So that's 2nd fret again, and do that twice. That same pattern as we hammer onto the 9th fret of the 6th string. And here it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to use our ring finger there. And we're going to hammer onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string and slide up to the 5th fret. So that's. Then we're sliding back down to the 4th fret, pulling off from the 4th fret, and as we do that we can catch the 2nd string as well to let that ring out, and hammering back onto the 4th fret. Then we're going to move down to the 5th fret of the 6th string. So that's 2nd fret open, 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, open with the 2nd string plucked as well. So from there, so we're going, then 2nd fret open, and then ending on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And as we end on that, we're going to pull off both the 6th string and the 4th string. So that's 2nd fret of the 4th string, 4th fret of the 4th string. And as we pull off there, we're going to strum the 3rd string as well. So that's 2nd fret open, 4th fret. So as we pull off the 4th fret, we're going to slide, use our ring finger as well onto the 2nd string, and twice we're hammering on and pulling off. Then we're going to hammer onto the 7th fret of the 6th string. And as we hammer onto the 7th fret, we're going to go 2nd fret. So that's 2nd fret open, 4th fret, 2nd fret open. 4th fret of the 3rd string, open, 4th, open. So this one's a little bit faster. That's 9th fret on the 6th string. That same pattern as before. So that's 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret quite quickly on the 3rd string. Open, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, open, 2nd fret of the 4th string, open. So that's 5th fret of the 6th string, 2nd, open, 4th, 2nd, open, 2nd, open. And then one more. So then we're going to pull off with the 6th string as we hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string and slide up to the 4th fret. So there it will be. Then we're going to hammer onto the 7th fret of the 6th string, and as we do that, we're hammering onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, sliding up to the 5th fret, and then down to the 4th fret, almost like we've made a mistake and we're correcting it, but it is intentional. So then we're pulling off from the 4th fret, and then hammering onto the 2nd fret and sliding up. So there we go. Then we're going down to the 2nd fret. So it's very similar to what we've been doing before, but this time as we come down, from here, we're going 3 times there, then 2, then 1. So that whole ending there together. And then we're going to move into our quick tapping rhythm. So that's the end of part 2 for today. Keep on watching for part 3, and I hope you're perfecting the first 2 parts already. It's such an enjoyable song to learn, so I hope you're enjoying the process. See you soon.